while Nancy's taking them back, I had probably a half a dozen people as you were coming in and you looked at the bulletin and it didn't have a sermon title. That kind of freaked you out a little bit. Having a sermon title is new to me, and I'm still working into this. And quite frankly, there'll be a lot of Sundays where there won't be one. The way that I approach the message time is that I will know the idea, the theme. I'll have been working on it in my head for a few weeks. But when I stand up before you on any given Sunday, there are usually 3 or 4 different sermons that I have to give. Now, last week it might have felt like you got all 4 of them at once. I give you a shot every once in a while. I can take it. But it really truly depends on the Spirit's movement that day, on the congregation, and a whole lot of different things. So kind of you get used to not seeing it all the time, and I'll get used to working on having it there more often. We'll work together that way. When I started in the ministry 17 years ago, I told myself 2 things. Well, 3. One, I would never have an hour-and-a-half worship service. We threw that out. So I said I would never ask the congregation or anyone in the congregation to do something I was not willing to do. And that goes for proclaiming the word. That also goes for simple things like setting up and cleaning up for potlucks. We have had, Kathy and I, and I'm sure that has never been an experience here at South Church, but we've known pastors that when it came time to clean up for a potluck or anything like that, they were in their office because they had important things to do. If there's cleanup to do, I'm going to be there. If there's setup to do, I'm going to be there and try to do it as faithfully as I would hope and expect everybody else to do. The other thing is that I would never, ever, ever, ever come to the proclamation of the good news that the choir so beautifully shared with us like this. For God so loved the world that God gave his only begotten Son, that we might know true life. Unfortunately, I think that has become the pattern that many of us within Christendom have fallen into. Through the traditions and the history of the church, the Catholic Church, the Orthodox Church, the Protestant denominations, we have we seem to have this sense that we're just supposed to do that. That we are absolutely so unworthy that we just have to feel like that which is under the worms of the earth. What right do you have to smile and be happy knowing what heinous sinners all of you are? Notice I didn't say me. Because I have important things to do. But that seems to be the prevailing notion in our churches. I understand. I appreciate that my understanding of what church is, of who church is, of the role of the pastor might be a little bit different from what you're used to. But I will never, ever, ever, ever apologize or temper enthusiasm and joy at the good news that we have the privilege to proclaim. That's what it's all about. Too many of our churches, too many, even the UCC churches, sometimes especially the UCC churches. I can pick on the UCC church because I'm one of them. You all can't. Not yet. It may come, but not yet.